As if we needed any further proof that black men are.
You are the weak stink. Goodbye.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black feet link on.
What is going on, y'all? I have had to take a breather before discussing this video, and people have been tagging me on Instagram as they should, and I've literally watched this video like 100 times, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, okay, I just know a black man somewhere is going to say, hey bro, you doing too much. Like, it was not giving. It wasn't giving. Like, did no one stop this man? Like, they barely like stopped him and was just like, hey bro, like, da da da, like. So if you didn't know, let me breathe again. So if you all didn't know, Asian Doll was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and she, along with some other group of like some ladies and stuff, were being interviewed by these two men. They were talking about stuff, and you could just tell that the host was just irritated, just was like not feeling it, and he took his feelings out on these black women. Like, one of the girls, like, she apologized or something. I was just like, I wanted to literally combust. I just wanted to just blow up. Like, when she apologized to him, and he, like how he talked to her, because he was like, you're doing too much. You've been doing this whole thing since the Western name. You've been doing it, da da da. And then you also see Asian Doll, like, she looking like bruh need to chill. Like, she giving this look like bruh's doing the most. Like, you can see her dip between, do I need to speak up as a black woman? Like, this man is doing way too much. Then I don't want to look like unprofessional in the middle of this podcast, because I guarantee you, and I put my life on this, I guarantee you Asian Doll knew if she was to like do too much, if she was to get irate and just like shoot off, people would have labeled her as the angry black woman. Let me tell you something. This whole situation could have changed on an instant the moment that Asian Doll would have like gave him that same energy and just been like completely disrespectful. She should have knocked all that shit over and left. Like, she should have been given all of the things, but the moment she would have done that, all of the other arguments and stuff would have came in. Or, oh, she was angry, like, da, 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 disrespectful. You don't do stuff like this. It's unprofessional. Da 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 da. It's like none of the like. And I'm not saying that some people, everybody would have been, but of the vast collective, there would have been a lot of folks who would have like said that she was unprofessional, because it happens. Black women know this. The moment that I give too much, if I respond with that energy, then folks are going to label me as angry, bitter, da da da, all that other stuff. Like, it happens. It happens. And then you have these two men antagonizing, talking crazy, talking down. And we know time and time ago, to be honest, abolish all male-centered podcasts, YouTube videos, all of them. Abolish all of cishet men. Y'all don't need a camera. Y'all don't need a microphone. None of it. Y'all need a kitchen set, y'all need an easy bake oven, and y'all need a hug, and y'all need some therapy, period. Like, y'all even, some of y'all, honestly, therapy wouldn't even save some of y'all, because y'all were bullshit like y'all have been bullshitting and saying y'all protect black women, because this was, once again, I had to look up, because I honestly think homeboy was black. And then people told me, yeah, he is black. So I was like, okay, this is a black man berating this black woman, Asian Doll, like talking crazy to her, da da da, and it's just like, oh, I didn't know her, and I don't know who she is, and she was on your podcast, she came late, you were waiting on her. Which one is it, homeboy? Which one is it? And as we go through the things, we see that this man has this podcast has a history of being anti-black. Like, this podcast literally has a black man talking about something. He doesn't date black women. Oh, I don't talk to black women. That's literally a clip. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play it.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because like like most black girls are like annoying. How to put this? Ratchet, and they don't know how to like be reserved. You're like the complete opposite.
You are not. Like, there's a clip of this man basically just saying, like, I don't date black women because black women are ratchet, da da da. And I'm just like, it's so many things. It's so many things happening here. And let me be clear, because somebody had commented on Instagram the other day under my video and say, all you do is talk about colorism. I told you before, you're gonna have to pick my fruit out, because the only way that I will forever and a day talk about colorism, and to the day I am going off this earth. The patrons even know, and I told them in the video, I want to be cremated. Whenever my ass leave this earth and they cremate me, I'm probably still going to be talking about colorism as I'm getting sizzled. Burn me like a steak. Like a steak. I will literally be sizzling in the damn thing, getting burned, and literally be talking about colorism. I do not care if you are upset about it. I'm going to talk about these things: misogyny, colorism, anti-blackness, all of the things. If your favorite artist ain't eating, ain't doing good, and they whole stuff is based off of being desirable, they're getting called out. They're getting called. This is not red table talk. This is not yoga princess videos. It's straight to the point, talking about things that affect black and brown folks, primarily black folks, and specifically black queer folks when I need to. But nobody's going to come and anybody's going to tell me to stop talking about colorism, because this is all of the things. This is why we need to have a conversation, because we got black folks out here not protecting black women. And I'm not even trying to be the savior and the champion for black women being protected and stuff, but this is why we need to have a conversation, because stuff like this happens so much. What about the times that black women don't have a camera on them seeing this man treat them like this? What if Asian Doll had responded and just went off, and she had every right to? How would she have been perceived? Because I guarantee you colorism would have jumped out the moment she popped off, because y'all would let these white women who paint themselves to be black have attitudes and get paid by all these other stations and these networks. They can, to mimic black women, make millions of dollars, build empires of it. But the moment a black woman does something, specifically a dark-skinned black woman do that, they get labeled all of the things. All of the things. And I knew that was in Asian Doll's mind, let me just remove myself from the equation. And I felt so angry, and I have so much respect for her, considering, last month wasn't a good month for her. And Asian Doll be getting ate up every once in a while, but I had so much respect for her just removing herself from the equation and realizing, this is not a safe environment. I don't feel comfortable talking to this man that's on some stupid stuff. He acting a fool, and it's just this nigga, doing the most. At first I thought he was upset because she had called him, N-word, I say that for YouTube, child. But I thought at first he was gonna call her out for that stuff, but it was too much. And this is what we talk about, protecting black women, black men stand up and just say, hey girl, this ain't giving. Well, that's what I was saying, hey girl, this is not it. But that black man telling him to chill, I would have said, hey, cut. Hey bro, you're not gonna talk to her like that, you showing out. But they have a history of misogyny war. They have a history on that. We get so many black men and folks who we allow to critique our culture and stuff. Hey Black TV, who get on and say these ignorant things, and then we're surprised that they have a view of not liking black women, specifically not liking dark-skinned black women. Oh, this is why I don't date black women. I date white women who pretend to be black women, or non-black women who pretend to be black women. And this is why if I do date a black woman, she looks like this. She looks like a light-skinned woman. And when I do date black women, they are light-skinned women. This is what this is. This is all. Y'all are anti-black and y'all are colorist, and it's literally trash. It's not surprising to me, because we see the behavior so much. We see so much of it. We see it with all of the, all of the things. We see it in Hollywood, how all of the black men who are out here getting, these roles and stuff, we see them, all their wives and girlfriends look the same. We see all the NBA players with non-black women. Y'all have a deep hatred for black women, specifically dark-skinned black women, and yet y'all take so much from them. It's mind-boggling to me. But it's just but this is the side effect of all the things anti-blackness across the board, whites, it's just all of those things. All of those things, y'all don't even realize, it's so, that man literally felt comfortable saying that this is why he don't date black girls. it's just, I'm glad that Asian Doll removed herself from the equation. When I saw it, like I said, like it was just, it irritated me just so bad. I'm just like, I'm seeing Asian Doll like trying to like, you know, battle between like, do I show out or don't I show out? How am I show out? I can see just like, if I do it, girl, I got to go. And I was just so proud of her just saying, you know what, let me just leave. Cause you on some like, you on some fun shit. And what gets me about this is, y'all hate black women so much that y'all won't do the same thing with black men. I have only seen, every so often, we'll see like two black men on the podcast, whatever, get into it. Like we seen the Birdman thing, we seen some other stuff where, you know, some stuff happened. But we see so much when black women go on these podcasts and these radio shows, they get disrespected by the black male host. Like they get talked down to. It is so disgusting. It happens so much online. Like we see it so much, but it does, like they don't have the same energy. They would not talk to a male like that. This is what misogyny. This is what this is, and they just get away with it. Like they just get away with it. Nobody checks him. The guy was like, no, we ain't gonna stop. Like, that was the only checking they get. No, I'm talking about some real checking. If you didn't want to check him in front of the camera, you should have told them to cut it. You should have told him to cut it, and you should have got on his head. But like, y'all just be anti-black as y'all want to be, and y'all just like talk to black women any type of way, and then y'all sit here and invite a non-black woman or a white woman on here who mimics nothing but black women aesthetic, black folks aesthetic, period, and y'all just like let them walk. Oh, like it's just like, girl, this is it. Like, and it's just once again a real like a conversation about how much the hip-hop industry, hip-hop and this, what's the name, how much it hates black women. That's why that's why we were struggling to get black female rappers and stuff. We don't have that many in like hip-hop because we see like this is how they get treated. So they get treated like this in the public. What happens in the closed doors? What happens in the conversation with the label? What happens? We've already seen Rick Ross and how he looks at like black women. We already seen that he said if he signed any black woman or any rapper or something, he gonna have to sleep with her. And then you see when he did critique, what's the name? The girl who was singing, the black girl was singing, was singing down. Then Britney came out, sounded a hot mess and said, yeah, it's just like y'all are the gatekeepers and y'all literally are closing black women out of everything while taking so much from them. It's completely disgusting. Like it's this guy, let me just say this. This is why I don't be having any critique. When I talk about interracial dating, interracial anything, I don't have any critique towards black women dating non-black men. I don't have anything. Like, girl, go and be free because these men ain't doing nothing. And when I say these men, I don't care what me, then the me's who out here, me, Mr. Mindhead ass. Y'all need to be getting out here getting these men together. Because until y'all turn the ties and stuff, I'm going to continue to say every one of y'all asses, okay? Like, oh, when I had tweeted about it, there were so many black men and so many, like, there was some cishet black women who were homophobic, who too was like, let me shoot shine for the black man, and child, he'll be leaving you out to dry. Like, mad at me for critiquing her. Well, we ain't like this. Girl, all y'all hotep asses are like that. All y'all asses is like that. All as a collective. We're not gonna worry about the collective, meaning 95 or 99.9999 of y'all asses is trash. Okay, there's a very small percentage of like men, black men, who are on their itch, like who are on their stuff, but there's a lot of y'all, like y'all be one of y'all and 20 of y'all frat brothers be out here wilding. Like wilding, and y'all don't stop it, y'all don't do nothing but laugh, you don't want to be the what's the name. This is when you take it and say, stop, I can't be a part of that. I only know of a very few, like, cishet black men who are like that. And honestly, the cishet and bisexual black men that I know that are very much on standing and protecting black women, a lot of them are cool with me and are comfortable being around black queer folks. So there is a pattern between a lot of these cishet men who are violently homophobic and how that behavior mimics how they look at black women too. And then it's unfortunate because some black women are dealing with their own internalized misogyny and how they view themselves, and they are literally okay with black men treat them like that because they think that's how it's supposed to be. Like, girl, it's so much, but it's not a lot of them. And I don't blame them for something that they did not create. But when y'all be coming trying to be violent to me, I'm just like, girl, I don't know what to tell you, Miss Mamas, but you know, what I'm speaking on is the truth and it's what's going on. It's like, girl, there's plenty of books and all types of articles and stuff to recite. All the things that I'm saying. Like, it's so much information out here. It's not much for y'all stuff. But yeah, this is conversation. As you can see, I'm very into it. Honestly, I wanted to put a black V-neck on, to be honest, but I couldn't find one. And I was like, I had to get this off my chest because I'm so pissed off. But if you watched the podcast and you've seen the clips of the stuff, tell me what you thought about it in the comments, girl. Let's sound off. I hope. But you know what? I know they're not going to lose any viewership or any, like, what's name, because black men eat stuff like this up. And they're the ones keeping podcasts and stuff like this alive, unfortunately. And a lot of non-black folks too. So, whew, a mess. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.